Okay, so we are now live on YouTubers, and let's pull up the YouTube channel so we can see. And we are now live. We'll tweet it out, give folks a chance to pull in, and we'll explain what we're up to. And so let me do that. I'm Bagadon at Stock Market Caddy, and today is October 19th. And so again, we'll say good afternoon to the folks that might be passing by. If you have any questions about what it is you're seeing, don't hesitate. The trading that is taking place today is all robotic, for better or for worse. We don't know what the outcome is going to be for the length of time that we're here with you, which is only going to be about 1 hour. It's 12:18. We'll have to most certainly sign off at 1, so less than an hour. So I don't know if it's going to be profitable or not, but the trades you're seeing are completely robotic. And we are using our new trade tracer as a filter to manage another strategy that we call, well, it's one of our strategies. I won't say which, but if any annual member is passing through or passing by, don't hesitate if you want to know the specifics. This is still a beta. It hasn't gone out to anybody yet. And we want to kind of test to make sure it's doing what we're asking it to do. And so far, so good on that front. Okay, the strategy appears to have missed an exit. And so we're taking a little bit more heat than we want. We're going to have to go into that code and see why. So we'll get back to you. We're going to let that. Okay, yeah, we're just realizing this now. We are in no man's land. We missed a cover for some reason. Boy, that's strange. So I'm going to have to take the lump on this one and cover it where that hurts. Well, that can happen. And this is a new beta strategy. And I had stepped out and she did miss an exit. So not sure why. We could have had a data interruption and I wasn't here to pick up on it, but I can see it now. So I can't, I'm gonna have to do this mechanically to get out. So we're gonna watch this little resistance area, see if we can pull back, and we're probably gonna take one on the chops. So don't lose confidence in the strategy. I would ask you not to, because it for some reason the trade did not get executed. So we'll take a hit on that. We'll see if it can reject this little area. It doesn't look like it's going to. So I'm gonna have to close it. That's unfortunate. Also, don't, something's a little bit squirrely here on this program here that we're running. It's again a beta. I would have thought that would have taken along too. So we're going to try to troubleshoot this thing live. Anybody's got any questions? Not the best example right here, but that it is what it is. Swing Machine is doing its thing. And if you get any questions, just let us know. When we do this, I'm not, trust me, I'm not trying to prove an outcome. I'm not. Anybody can have a good day or good whatever. We're just trying to give you an opportunity to see a little bit of what we do, good or bad, for the time that we're together, give you a chance to ask some questions, and that's really it. Okay, I'm sorry. I had my nose buried in the code here. Good afternoon, everyone. What is robotic futures, right? So, okay, I'll address that in a minute. How is it different from normal trading? Well, that's really actually a very, very good question. And I'll explain that in a moment. And Ben, good to see you. Let me also answer Ben. If it missed the cover, did it also? Yeah, it appears that it did. It isn't. We're using we're actually using, well, here it is. We're actually using Renko kept simple as a specific strategy, and we're using that strategy, and we're using the trade tracer as a filter. And it's a beta, so it's beta, right? So it hasn't gone out to anybody, and I'm running it really for the first time and trying to validate what it's doing. It was doing just fine up until a moment ago. And I had stepped out for a moment, and it did, Ben. It missed the cover, which it could have been any number of issues, and neither Susan or I had eyes on it to say exactly. So we'll have to watch it. But it didn't take along, and I would have thought that it would have. It didn't miss it. It just didn't take it. Now the next trade would be a short in here, and we'll see, if you guys can see it. So what we will do when we're writing these strategies, if it's a beta strategy, so it's something that hasn't gone out to members yet. Something just doesn't seem right here, though. Just seems like um, we're just not getting we're not getting the orders where I would think that we would. So let me look here, if you don't mind. We've been on this for hours, and that's what we're trying to do. So you're seeing us. You're getting a glimpse behind the curtain. Let me just look here. Yeah, we should have been shorting here, and we're not getting our orders. They're not even going to the, it's not that they're not executing, the orders aren't executing, the orders are not triggering. So I'll need to, so I want everyone to know, not just folks that are watching on YouTube, but we also have a private Zoom and members are watching as well. So I'm not sure. I'm gonna have something there. I'll have to dig in. I'm gonna let it continue here, but we're not getting our orders. The question about robotic trading. Now I'm assuming you know what futures are, right? Do you? Aniket, Verma? Are you familiar with futures? You guys are on a little delay, so I'll just wait. You can see now trading this mechanically, which would have been pretty easy to do. This morning the range was very tight, was at 50. It was a very tight range. Then, and we told our members, we weren't trading it mechanically, but we told our members, be ready for the Fed at noon. Probably going to pour some liquidity on the fire. They do this deliberately. They try to quiet things down. And then we had the explosion to the upside. We establish a new high. The range expands. We now get a range of 85. The high range is 15,120. This is being mapped out. The low range is right here. We can't see it up here. And then we just reject that. So rejected here, this, where the machines, oops, are just not willing to, what's going on here? You hear that? Maybe I am having some computer issues. Oh, no. I left something open. But it has suddenly, the base strategy has just suddenly stopped trading. So we'll have to find out why that is. I won't do that here. We'll let it play out. But and then this is the bottom end of that range here. So, and we're range players, right? We just play from range to range to range, at least this particular approach. And that's what we're doing. So I want to answer while we're waiting. So we did miss the cover. Instead of having, and it hurt us because we would have had like maybe about $100 loss. And then we should have been on the way down. We should have had it, and we missed up. So it's got some issues that we've got to work through. I'll just finish this too. When we develop something that is beta, we will run it ourselves for a period of time. We want to make sure that what we're doing is we're trying to validate, make sure that it's doing what we intend it to do. And right now we got some issues. So and members that have the time, they're doing their own thing. They have a live view if they want to hear and see, and we explain to them exactly what it is we're doing in settings. We don't hold anything back there. Ultimately, even on this one, we will get it right. And once we get it right, when I say right, validated, it's doing what we want it to do. We may continue to run it if it shows a promise. We've had tons of these beta strategies. What we will do is those annual members that have expressed an interest in getting the beta strategies, we will send it to them with some instruction and explanation and details, and then they have a chance to run it themselves. And if it passes muster, it may take a week or 2 weeks or longer. If it passes muster, it then will lose the beta distinction, go into the library, and go out to everybody. We don't hold anything back to annual members. All annual members will get it. And so, but for some reason that I can't, and that's why we do a lot of the programming at night. So I just want everyone to know, both on YouTube and our members, guys, it's like the base strategy has just stopped. And I don't have an explanation as to why. And it's a shame because it, I don't know. I don't, so we'll have to find out. But it's difficult to do in the middle of a trading day, and especially when we're on YouTube. So I need my focus to get into the code and try to find out, which we will do. We do when you see me or you see us live at night. A lot of times, I usually do our coding at night. It's quiet, the market's quiet, the house is quiet, not a lot of distractions. But so I also want to answer now the question about if Vermeer is there. But I'll explain it this way if she's still there. Or he, I'm sorry. Not sure the name or if that's a screen name. The way we describe this is like this. Some of you have seen this, but I can't think of any other way. Maybe we should do it like this. Everybody starts. We'll back it up. Let's see here. Okay. Zoom has a new drawing tool. And I was used to the old way. Okay, so everybody starts in this box. And what is in this box? Well, this is discretionary trading. This is where everybody starts, including me. And in discretionary trading, you are trading, and you're taught this sometimes, and but it's trading what you see, what you think, what you hear, everything what you think, could be your gut. This thing in this market is absolutely crapping out, so it hurts not to be on this here. But I'll answer this question and then so I'm sorry you're not seeing orders go in here. And that usually runs its course. There are very, very good discretionary traders. I think I'm a pretty good discretionary. Susan is. I think it's a really good skill to have. The issue that you'll find out in short order, if you stay with your trading, is that if you're trying to do it day in and day out, it's really difficult. Really, really difficult. If you're doing it, a little bit, some option trades here or there, you can get really pretty good with it. What happens though, usually folks struggle and then they start turning to a candle book, something, and they're going from something to something to something or to someone. And then they start trading what that someone thinks, hears, or sees, and they have a hit or two, and all of a sudden he's a guru. We're not doing that, right? So most people start with discretionary trading and end in discretionary trading. And just the fact that you ask the question and that's a good question because it's how you learn, becoming aware of something that you don't know. So this is what you don't know, and I'm going to show you is maybe I should do it this way. I usually do it. I don't usually go this way, but we will teach folks, our members, annual members, or let's say Q School members that are looking to maybe become an annual member. Don't have to, but we teach them how to trade mechanically. What does that mean? Well, then now you're looking at, swing machines. So as an example, doesn't have to be swing machine, it could be something else. So 9 minutes ago, when we first came on, if you had taken that trade, yeah, you're up $1,000. If you had done it 9 minutes ago, you're up 2,000. 9 minutes ago, you're up, so something happened 9 minutes ago. Now the Fed was talking, maybe he didn't boil liquidity. I don't know. Maybe he farted on stage. I don't know. Right. And but the market, doesn't like something, right? And it came right in. And so it's trading mechanically. And if you've ever played golf or watched golf, when you start out playing golf, they tell you, have a light grip, have a posture, have a stance, and it's very mechanical. It feels mechanical. It may look mechanical, but for the person who practices it, hones it, does it over and over again, they will ultimately develop a beautiful, fluid golf swing, and it'll look so easy to you. But trust me, that person has worked very, very hard on that golf swing that will hold the test of time. So what we're trying to do, and this is to answer Verma's question, is let me go get an arrow. We're trying to move people. Let's see, where the devil is it? I don't like change either. We had a drawing tool. Where the devil is it? Okay, so we're trying to move people from discretionary to mechanical. But we don't stop there. This is all during Q School. There's yet another stage, and that is where I'm going to answer your question, Verma. And that is, what is robotic? So we're gonna bear with me. Where the devil is it? I tell you what, I think Zoom is losing their edge. All right, so now I'm gonna go back. Undo. So the next one is robotic. Robotic. I'll try to type it in here. Robotic. What is robotic? Robotic trading is where the machine is doing all of the trading. It's going in and going out. Most of your brokerages won't even allow you to do it. They don't want the liability, and they don't allow you to do it. TradeStation does. TradeStation does, but you've got to learn, right? But I don't want to give you, Verma, or anyone the impression that just because you have a robot that, you're going to be able to sit back and or turn the machine on and leave the house and, go play golf for 5 hours or go to work for 5 hours and expect to have money in your account. Now we have some folks that push the envelope, but I don't think you should. They're very experienced, have been doing it a long time, and I don't think that's a normal or reasonable expectation. Maybe in time, but so but just because so it's not automatic, and this is a double arrow. That's what I mean. We can go both ways. So it doesn't have to be all robotic. It can be robotic and mechanical and robotic. But our members, probably 85 or 90% of all their trading is in these two boxes. And they let go of this. They let go of that. Still important to have. And then the last box, which is where what we're working on here, and it's a stepped process, and it just goes on and on and on. It doesn't end. I'll just draw a box in here, is what we call robotic hedging. And we'll just write this in. I don't know why it changed colors on me here, but robotic hedging. And for those of you that are using options, you're hedging now. And this is also a two-way street too. So we can probably just put this right up in here. You can do a little of both. These are the steps, but there's no jumping the shark. If you don't have good discretionary skills, you're not going to be a good mechanical trader. If you don't have good mechanical, you're not going to be a good robotic. And if you're not a good robotic trader, you can't be a good robotic hedger. It just isn't going to work. So you have to work on them. And all we can do is what we do is make you aware, and we, before any programs go out. So Could we be selling individual programs? Yeah, we could. I'm not ever going to do that. I'm not going to do it. I have a mailbox full every day. I want that program. I want that bot. I want to buy that bot. No, I'm not going to do it because in my view, it would be irresponsible to do it. I know how it's going to end, and I'm going to have a bunch of folks, that just don't know what they're doing, don't understand, and you said this, you said that. No, I'm not. We're not ever going to do that. We slow the process down. In order to get you can get your hands on all of these tools and then some. But more valuable than the trade tracer or the Renko kept simple or swing machine is the education that we're going to provide you so that you can learn to trade your game down the road. And you don't have to listen to me, you'll be underway, and you don't have to do your own coding, but maybe you do down the road. And we don't dissuade that. We don't teach coding, but so we have a monthly membership, and that's something where folks can, they can be working and they just want to see the algos at night. We have an unlimited number. If you want to be an annual member, we won't let you sign up until you go through the Q school, and you'll be reserved a spot, but it's a 3-week process, and we want to make sure that there's a good match and that you understand and get the education on how to work them. So I hope that makes sense. As far as why we trade futures intraday, it may not be obvious to the person that isn't a trader, but futures are the biggest reason is they're liquid. Meaning the difference between the bid and the ask is very, very tight. We have great market access and in the leverage, right? So we trade with surgical precision. So I thank you for the question. We are running a beta, but she's acted up on me. And so I'm gonna, when I sign off of YouTube, I'm gonna have to get my head back into the code, and it's too bad because we would have had should have had some big, beautiful trades here, and she missed a cover, and then for some reason, guys, she just flat out stopped trading, and I still don't know why. Now, it wasn't a trade station issue, and it wasn't an order execution issue. She just stopped putting it. So it's always, when we're ever coding, it's always a bit of a puzzle. I thought we were ready to, give you a glimpse here, but she suddenly acted up on me. So, and it's a brand new one. And these things are, there's probably 650, 700 lines of code in here. There could be just one little thing off here that, and I'm looking, it seems really bizarre. It seems like it stopped trading right at noon. So let me go look here. Does this thing have a timer on it? And I'm talking not just to YouTube, but we also have a Zoom every day, and our members are listening, and they're like, what happened? So I don't have an answer. We will get to it, but let me, it just looks like it stopped trade. And you know what? I think it is. I think I may have made an error, and I may have copied a chart. I'm willing to bet I did. Tell you in a minute. What I think I did was I copied a chart of from another day, and I think I had a timer on it because she just stopped like right at noon. And I don't have a timer in the program, but I think TradeStation, you can set timers, and I think I may have forgot that this chart had a timer on it. So let me see if I can find it, and we'll get this thing back going again. Too bad. Let's see. I'll tell you in a minute, but I'm willing to bet. Let me go to Well, if there's any other questions while I'm looking, let me know. I hope I answered your question. Yes. What does robotic mean in this room? And why do we want to trade mechanically and robotically? The reason is that we don't want to be guessing, and we don't want to be trading off the money. And I know that may seem bizarre to you because that's what everyone does, and that's why most people don't make it. Because if you're trading off the money, you will lose because you're trading greed and fear, and your emotions will overtake you. You can't fly a plane, based on your inner ear. I think we're headed up. We should be okay. Yeah, we're going up. You can't do it. You can't do it. And you get yourself in trouble. Um, this is, this isn't flying a plane, but it's comparable. This isn't scuba diving, but it's comparable. You take an afternoon swim class and, down in the Caribbean and then go diving. I don't want you near me. There are people that do it, right? There may be people that go diving with no lessons, no certification. Let me know how that works out for you. The trading community or the brokerage community. Yeah, anybody who can fog a mirror has some money, they'll let you in. But they don't care if you drown. They could care less. We do care. I don't want you to get hurt. I can't keep you from getting hurt. I can't promise you an outcome, but I can point out the pitfalls. I can point out the machinery to to try to keep yourself out of trouble. And you can see we're coming off of, look at this range now. This range, this morning, when you found it really, really tight to trade, the range was just 50 points. And then we had the Fed, the range got to 100. Now the range is 205. Now it's going to get a lot easier to trade. And our members, they're watching, they're probably not even listening. Hopefully they're not. They just turn it off. They've heard me 1,000 times. I don't want to hear it again. But we were hovering right around 15,000. We go down, we sit down in here. They're buying, they're long. Okay, now this this strategy is out of, what in the world has this thing done? I am absolutely and she just put in a trade. This is the darndest thing. So this is something that I'll have to troubleshoot really quickly. So we're not going to let it get out of hand. But she's long right now, so that's good. And but she missed a whole bunch of trades for some reason, and I didn't turn it off. It was the craziest damn thing. Hmm. Let me come back to YouTube and take a peek. Okay, so we'll let this run here. So when you see, when we come in again, we're trying to come in about the middle of the day and give a chance and for folks to ask questions. Again, we're not trying to demonstrate. We're not trying to hand out the fish per se. I don't mean to be mean, but I don't think, if you're doing that, have fun, make a little mad money, hopefully. Okay, she just took it. But hmm. But that sort of thing, is not what we're about, right? We want you to be able to trade your own bread as a business, extracting cash flow day in, day out, relying on your acquired trading skill. And you can still put on discretionary trades. We still do. We will use options. We will trade mechanically. Absolutely, we will. We were doing that the last couple of days. And but we're primarily, in these two boxes, mechanical, robotic, and then, doing more and more hedging of the robots. All of our discretionary trades, just about all of them, not every single one. We use options where they're hedged, right? So the trades that are going in right now are there's nothing on here. You're not seeing it here, by the way. This is just the indicator. The strategy is running on another screen, so you're not seeing, the trades here. Um, but so we're just validating. Okay, and she covered. I am absolutely at a loss right now as to why I have this big window of so of no trades. Don't know what happened there. So we'll chase it down. Now, if you're seeing futures for the first time too, and the numbers look large to you, they are large. They can be larger though, and they can be smaller. Everything you're seeing here is based on one mini. That's my comfort zone, one mini, with maybe the exception of like silver, but most of the markets, we're just fine. But you can trade um, micros, which are 1/10 the size, 1/10. And of course you can, and then we have members that, one or two minis is too boring for them. It's just they're just in a different place. So can you trade, 5 and 10 minis or more? I mean, these banks are trading hundreds of these things, thousands of these things. Probably not. Probably, lots of 100, but that's, and the hedge funds are too. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to, for here right now, I'm going to disable, and I'm going to trade it mechanically here, and we're going to take it long. And let's see if we can clean up some of this. We're just going to go long here. And so I've turned the strategy off, and let's see if we can kind of ride this back up. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful opportunity. And I'm sure we got members that did, we cautioned them about the middle part of the day, but that down in here at 9:30, that would have been a beautiful area to put the trade on, and just ride it mechanically, visually, beautiful sunny day, but we're probably, and I'm not suggesting you do this, right? But we're probably headed to 15,135. We take out 15,135, this sucker's going to run. And you can see it, with the other markets here, on swing machine. So we'll see. I'm not trying to influence anybody. I'm not suggesting anybody do anything with their money. Please know that. I'm not trying to at all. At all. We're just giving you a glimpse of how we kind of go about it and how we move between these different styles of trading. Okay, so we promised everybody to go to 1 o'clock. I wish we had had a better outcome for the period that we're here. We're very confident, that we can knock this down. I'm very confident that we can do that. And but you're not in competition with me, and I'm not trading for you. You have to get yourself there, and you have to get accustomed and comfortable with the proper leverage for your skill set and for your bankroll. And we can help you with some guidelines, but you've got to have the discipline and the patience and the know-how to manage that. But if you're coming in, you don't come in and buy 100 shares of a $10 stock, 100 shares, 100 shares, 100 shares, and then suddenly you go buy 100 shares of Google. Your performance is going to be all over the map. It's not balanced. And so I want to thank everybody. And if you've got any other questions, I'll just wait an extra minute or so. Encourage everybody to visit the site. And Ben, by the way, Ben, you are a monthly member. I just want you to know, I'm more than happy to schedule time one morning, Ben, on the live Zoom and give you the cook's tour and let you hang out, for the whole day. So, and it'll probably, just let me know what day you want to do it. We can't do it tomorrow, but we could do it for about an hour, and I give you some pointers and go and show you some of the things, and then just give you a chance to watch and do that on a Zoom feed. A much better image, much better quality. So just, you just let me know and we'll schedule it. Happy to do it, Ben. Every new member, we call that a hall pass, and give you a day hall pass. Okay, we've got to say goodbye. It's top of the hour. We got to get back to work. We got to find out what was the issue. We'll be back with it though. It was doing fine. And I think it would have done fine through there. So it's a little unfortunate, but we'll be back. You'll get to see it again. Doesn't have a name right now. It's just we're doubling up two strategies. Pretty dynamic. Good luck, everybody. Check in anytime. Thanks.